so whātuana le whionga i tātou tausala. Ia o le itu anga vale lo ia le whionga seunga mālii. Ia o le sui po ia fo o si whātono le vaenga le ono mea. O lo ila tole o lo nafa matapenanga. Sa nafa matapenanga i le taimi a toa tāpena to ele sunga ia li tara mo lana tamwhainga. Ia mo le Miss Pacific Island nei tausanga. Ia lewa e manmanuia. Ia pa iloa tu foi le malu pa ia malu tato a inga tu stala le nei afia fio tato fono tanga le po tato feilo inga e patino tonu lava ya li tara ma le tamo fainga o lana le o pale mai le kran le o pale mai le fionga ya ile tausala ia pe o le aunga na ma fa mo tato feilo inga nei afia ai se fasili ese mai le tulanga le tamo fainga li tara tulanga fa pena fa malu atu ono tulanga wa ia le mata upu o lo o ilunga lazy level o le ale ai se tala e tu ina tu al tatou kano nei ia o le fionga ia litara ma le fionga ia seunga mali o le afia ngai mal tatou kano o mal tatou felo inga nei fiafi ma le nganga fa alo lava. Perhaps if Litara can say something first and then give it out to the media for questions. Lo fionga le tau sala.
I'm very honored and privileged to be back on our humble and beautiful shores in Samoa. Just briefly before we go into any questions, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Samoa, to the team, to Hawaii, this crown is one that is shared with our people. We never did it to just win. We did it to share a message of hope for our people in the wider Pacifica. So we pray that we made you proud, and we pray that today we may be able to shed some light on preparations and just overall to give thanks and extend our heartfelt gratitude to all of our people.
Ia o tu lole no le tatou ainga tu sala munisile fa sanga lava le sunga ya ta ya Litara ma ta malana tau fainga nei fo ia tau fainga tele no fianga ia mai ia me fo le fionga se mali.
Congratulations again on the win. It's a win for Samoa, win for all of us. I know the last time we spoke, you said that you will be bringing back the ground to where it truly belongs. How are you feeling that you have actually achieved this?
I think it feels surreal is probably the right word, but overwhelming sense of gratitude. It's one thing to win, but it's another thing when knowing that you have your people behind you. And I think throughout the week we were just really moved by the support and feeling excited about the 12 months ahead. I think they're really hopeful, and I'm really excited to see how the platform will change and grow for the next woman to be crowned. But grateful, excited, and definitely a surreal feeling.
Congratulations, Litara, again on winning both the Samoa and the Pacific Islands. In your own words, what were some of the main challenges you faced during this competition? I understand surely there must have been something that stood out as a challenge. What was that? How did you overcome it?
I think as to like Samoa and Pacific women in general, a lot of the time we are our own limit. The way that we view ourselves, the way that we view our potential, a lot of the time people can see our own potential more than ourselves. And so I think overcoming that challenge in the last week is you believe in what people believe in you, but for you to realize it yourself before you go on stage is so important. A lot of the time before the pageant, I always thought, am I the right person? Did they choose the right girl? I really think if I can send any message to any young girls is trust that if God put you in a platform and a position, then you're the right person. I mean, your people, your family will tell you if you're not the right person. I think that's why environment that you're in is so important. My team were uplifting me through prayers, encouraging me, and it's really a testament to positivity. If we can speak positivity over our young girls, so to believe in their potential. Who knows, the sky's the limit. I know I never envisioned this for myself, but it's because of the environment I was in. I realized my potential, and I hope that will speak to other girls who might be looking at doing something similar.
What message or what legacy do you want to create as Miss Pacific Islands?
It's a beautiful question. So many messages I want to share, but I think one message, do it for the audience of one. Your relationship with God, your devotion to Him should always be at the forefront. I'm really humbled that our team trusted me to represent them, and I don't take that lightly, but I always felt like I was led by God, and I really want to share that with other girls who might be looking at taking up this platform. Is no matter what anybody else says, the audience of one is what matters. Doing it for the Lord, and knowing that between you and Him you've done what you've set out to do is the utmost fulfillment. And I'm really thankful that my team trusted me with that vision as well.
What message do you have to those that have caused controversy and have tried to diminish your well-deserved win for Miss Pacific Islands?
I don't see it as my win. There's nothing to diminish it's about me. It's about our wider Pacifica. And I hope that the message that we send as contestants collectively is that our collective sisterhood always outshines any negativity. And I think that's one thing that we can all look to is the excitement and the hope of our youth can get us through anything. I know it's been maybe some troublesome times for those who have been reading some hurtful comments, but I think it's a time where the light shines even brighter. So my message is that all love. I think every girl shared everything that they could on that platform, and I think each country deserves that acknowledgement that the girl that they sent, I really believe did them proud.
One last question, sorry. How will you unite the Pacific, particularly some of the Samoan and Tongan community who have been arguing with each other online following the pageants?
I think it's individual choices, it's up to them, but I think myself and Rachel, Miss Heilala, we have nothing but love for each other. Genuinely, nothing but love for each other.
Thank you.
Despite the whole controversy surrounding your crowning as Miss Pacific Island, it's really great to see that the sisterhood is not really drifted from one another. What actually kept you guys united and stand as one despite this whole controversy?
Authenticity. I think our people need us to be real, need us to acknowledge the trials and the good times. One thing that kept us together was we were real together. There was no walls, we were just honest and real positive with each other. And so I think I pray and hope that it will continue for the next year in their respective areas that they pursue.
What are your plans going forward?
Yeah, well, lots of plans. I think for now we're gonna reconvene and rest. I think as the rest is just as important as the work. So during this first time, we'll dream up some ideas that have been placed on the back burner, and we're really excited to show everybody in the months to come.
I know you're an educator. Right now, one of the issues for now is the results of students from school. What would be your message, and how would you help us in this specific?
Thank you for the question. I think when we talk about education, it's always multi-layered. There's no one solution that fixes everything, but I think positive messaging to our students, I think further support for our teachers, and I think for me on this role, it's just always highlighting the positive work that teachers and students are always doing as a fuel for the hope that our kids need.
Pese fasile le melefianga sa nga mali. Tapi nangam kurang
Fine, if you have no questions for me, I'm just here to.
This is the
That was
second.
the
Sorry, this is the second time since Olomia took over that has back to back with not only Miss Samoa but also brought the crown for Miss Pacific. What challenges that you guys had faced for this whole preparations for these 2 weeks?
Oh, there's countless. It's not a one-day job. We've been prepping since the Miss Samoa finished. So the biggest challenge is lack of sleep. But we have a great team. Everyone has different things to offer, and it's all geared towards supporting Itara on her journey. So everyone was focused on that. You know, whatever they bring to the team, whether it's you do the cooking, you do the designing, you do the okay, which is me. There's something you bring to the table to help her, because we knew that when we were going to the Miss Pacific, you know, she's representing all of us. You know, we want her to have all the tools and the skills and encouragement and the prayers to help her get the crown. So obviously we did something right. She came home with the crown. So, but of course, so the couple inga we yaku we umanainga mako we umako ainga ainga mako pekokasia misiale mamangele yatu. We knew they were supporting because of the messages. They might not have gone to her, but they came to us. And we really did feel a little bit pressure, but we also encouraged us that, okay, we're not, it might be a pageant to some, but this is something that we can all band together and support, something that makes us so happy as Samoans.
With all that's been going around on social media, what is your stand as a representative of Olympic production on this whole issue?
Which issue?
The issue with Tonga, the issue with Miss Pacific Islands.
Okay. Well, you know, all of us know that social media comes with a lot of bad negativity and positive feedback. So we pick and choose what we look at, what we let into our circle. If it doesn't help us, we don't let it in. I mean, that's the only way we can function. To have a positive attitude and have a positive vibe around Itara. So yeah, I guess that's what we did. We just I would fake kawan me ke loki I concentrate in there ke loy e uplift tele tausama. While living with feeling kapinanga, you know, at the end of the day, it is her who has to carry it through. So we did as much as we can to enforce the positive energy around her. So that was just our focus.
Nei semena Silvia sen mali sa le ato e sila paseno tu tapena. Ona me ai mai kar piste tasia wale mawa maka o Polizara ya e te siling tiri. Ele mawa ka ko traditional inspired attire. Ai ole tu langa ma. Ese la pasengi pu kapena. Ala ko se me yese yesa
Well, I suppose nobody wants to admit to their, you know, they had but I mean, whatever the result came at the end, our efforts were all geared towards, you know, giving the best that we could. Yeah, if I'm not what to avoid that, but we gave 150% to everything we did, just like last year, and just like this year, and like next year. So hopefully, we improve each year. We learn new things and what we can improve on. So I think it's more lessons learned from each year.
I'm a fairly host country.
Yeah.
Malato tapenang ila to watu e men fale to ai e me sa fa penana e tuna wele fa to alfa na.
Oh gosh, that's a loaded question. I think, well, the Solomon Island people, they're absolutely the loveliest people. Mo yala kala. Kai peo ka ko karimalo. They want to welcome you to their home. We're so proud. So proud. In fact, we actually had Solomon Island group that were rooting for us, and they became our friends. When we stayed, the whole street were, they waved. They had little signs of congratulations, what they could do. So we loved it. I don't know if there was anything in the host country, but the little time we were out, because mostly we were inside the house trying to, do all the umbrella. But other than that, the people were so friendly. I someday we would like to go back, and particularly the Samoan community in Solomon Island. They came 200% to support. So we are very grateful. So a lot of support. But Solomon Islands, tour destination next time.
Tara, after receiving the crown on that night, and then in the morning, when you saw the news online that the head judge has been stopped at the airport, how do you feel at that time?
I think it took away from the joy. It was a very intimate celebration of our team, and I think very emotional because we came back home and we looked at each other and we said we left it all out. And the first thing that we did was we gave thanks to God. And I think that took away from anything that could have taken away from the joy is that the personal fulfillment, knowing that we did everything that we could to represent our country well. Nothing could take away.
Tara, please. I read your mom's post on Facebook that before you came to run for Miss Samoa, your dream was to come back home and join the Miss Samoa just to learn more about your culture. Do you think you're achieving it now? The dream?
Absolutely. I've been moved by the love of our people, and I think always your journey as a Tamaiti Samoa, you never stop learning about your nana, your anu, and so I see this role as just one step. Although it's a public one, it's a very humbling one, and I have a lot of people to thank for that, especially my Anufali sisters who have held my hand along the way, and all our people who have come to support. Yeah, I see it as an ongoing thing for all of us. We're always learning.
Specific islands, I understand this is a new goal for you. And following the controversy that we had in the whole pageant, what, in your perspective, is the significance of such pageants now and its relevance? What can you do to make this relevant to our people, and also to encourage our young female competitors in the future to be part of it, because honestly there's been a lot of negativity coming towards these pageants, and so you have them being so discouraged. What would you like to say?
I think a message that I was always told going for this pageant is that it's on the outside it's seen as a beauty pageant, but the real goal is it's about leadership. It's actually a platform to find our future leaders for the Pacific. It's to find future voices, the voices for now as well. So I think sometimes the message can get distorted, But I think if we do the research on the history of why the platform was started, it was to celebrate Pacifica beauty, but also to celebrate the leadership of Pacific women, because it's very unique. The way that Pacific women lead is to mother. Regardless of whether you have your own children or not, you're thinking about the whole community, the whole context. From the elderly to the young person, how am I influencing them with everything that I do? So I'd say to anyone who's discouraged to come forth the platform, stop it.
Stop it.
So yeah, you're not, your ancestors didn't sacrifice that much for you to back down. Your elders did not sacrifice that much for you to back down now. And so I think knowing that you're from the Pacific is enough strength that you need to overcome that again. And I'm very honored and privileged to hold this platform, because it's not something that I take lightly, and I really pray and hope that the next 12 months I do our ocean and our people the best.
For STA, please.
Chicas out of Sifo. Ele o mawala te ele tulanga le te sisilia.
You know what Alfia is? Jerry Samoa. Someone more than I say, what matters I is too long for this.
Pamalu tu langa le o molo fa pai do atu tulanga le ta tiam ta puna sai sitai. On I think no lunga tulanga le wai ya le sisili fa sanga. We don't want to take away the spotlight from our newly crowned Miss Pacific Island. So everybody should be happy. Kako fia ilo le tulanga le ai le sei si facili.
One last question.
Yeah.
One last question. Are you okay?
300% of it.
Despite, regardless, you are somebody's daughter. You are a daughter of Samoa. With all that's been going on, it's just a simple question. Are you okay?
Can I tag on to her question? The pressure of competition, contest is not over. You're not a free girl. Are you ready to go for dates? You know, there's a whole heap of boys who would love to, you know.
Why? Yeah, we're gonna see
Yeah,
that.
but I'm not me, because I'll be in trouble if I do.
Well, I think every Samoan girl can understand this. The pressure never leaves, whether you wear a crown or not. You're always representing people. Whether you live in a Palangi country or not, everywhere you go, you're seen as a representative of Samoa. So before I got the crown, I was representing my people. After I leave the crown, I'll always be representing my people. And I think a lot of you will see these tears as, oh my gosh, is she alright? These are happy, grateful tears. And my grandma always used to tell me, you're blessed with a burden. So I guess my message to any girl who's struggling with the pressure, you're blessed with that burden. And the only person who can alleviate that pressure is God. And so to answer your question, I am good. I think my biggest thing is to ask Samoa and all those who are watching, please extend your prayers to all of our families and our support teams. You know, for us girls, it's easy for us to get over it, but to remember that our communities are impacted as well. But I think I always come back to that question. It's for him.
Okay, yeah. And that wraps up our press conference for this afternoon. Ngangana fo iwa pa o papa ia postulanga fo iwa le o tau tangtanga mai wale ke tau I mala o tau foi tamu whai mai ia wha malulu atu. E iei lava alo mea ia o tūlanga nā mātou te poe wha iai. But thank you so much for coming out today. Thank you so much for your question. It was a very nice and positive press conference, and we hope to keep it that way for the rest of our her journey. Yeah, let's support Miss Pacific Island. Yeah, whaktaitele lava manuia le nei a fias. Yeah, you want to take the
Yeah.
Yeah.